One more. One more Dark Judas. Delirium. It's definitely not done out of ignorance, man. The dude started on Newgrounds in the early 2000s. You're gonna pretend like he's not edgy? This game comes from Newgrounds. Steven was 100% a reference to blackface. And we all talked about it as a reference to that when we played 7 years ago. And people want to defend him, but like the reality is it's not even hidden. It's plain sight shit. Shoop de whoop as well, yeah. Like, and then you want to still say that Mongo Baby is like, you know, that's just you're trying to create deniability for no reason, right? Like, to me, the obvious answer is there. It's just, do you want to admit it and recognize it or not, right? And a lot of people don't, or don't care. Like, I can understand just the not caring. It's a good game. I do not like the developers. I have no interest in the developers or the fandom that surrounds him. Or Tyrone doesn't have any, but around Edmund, I have none. But like, Mongoloid is what it's a reference to, which is used as a derogatory term towards usually people with a disability and I think large people as well. Called that once. My story earlier was gonna say I had a friend's mom who said it all the time for like anytime someone was being dumb, and like we continued to tell her to stop, and she just like, it's not bad, and we just eventually gave up. But like she would say it about the cat and stuff like that. Though on the East Coast, I think they also say it just for trash. Like for actual garbage, if I'm not mistaken. Because I used to work in Maine, and I had some guys at work that would say it for garbage as a replacement for the word garbage. What am I doing? Delirium. So I need to go kind of fast. I mean, this was 15 years ago. I'm not going to defend the woman. I just think it was a weird thing. It was a weird word to choose. You know, like I'm not going to lie. I used a lot of said a lot of dumb shit on the internet when I was a teenager too. I definitely grew up in the era where everything that you didn't like was gay. It's actually still. I shouldn't even say the era. It's still happening. Actually, I have a teenage little brother who still occasionally slips it out around me, and his friends were over playing Magic the other day, and they were throwing it around, and it reminded me of 2004 or whatever year I was a teenager. But it might just be because I live in the middle of nowhere, so like we just haven't they just haven't progressed. I'm not in Tennessee. I'm in Michigan. Cobalt's in Tennessee. Maybe you were talking to someone else, though, and I'm just assuming again. Well, and that, like, so this is the stuff, too, that makes the shit with Tyrone so frustrating to me, is because everyone just wants to be shitty at Tyrone and pretend like Edmund has no idea. When the signs are all there, right? Like, all of the signs are there that Edmund is not only aware, but okay with it, and honestly, probably just as guilty of it. But nobody wants to say it, because then they'd have to feel bad about playing his game. Yeah, he's gone to bat for him. They're gonna continue to work together now. Because he's changed. And, like, I do believe people deserve a chance to grow up and change, as I just explained I have. But the reality is, I don't think there was ever an intention, like, it was ever a problem. I don't think, I mean, again, the signs are there that it was never, unless they both changed, it was never an issue. It was always just part of who they were. And this isn't me in some attempts to cancel a man, right? Like, I'm playing the game for thousands of hours. This is just me saying we shouldn't turn a blind eye to it. We shouldn't pretend like it, it isn't a reality just because we appreciate a product, right? To me, that's at least the best alternative. Tyrone is he calls himself the lead producer, I think. He owns Nicholas, and he's been a problem in this industry for a long time and continues to get away with it. If you've heard of the cave story drama, that's him. But he got caught being a racist and an abusive employer while working on things like this. And then Ed originally said he was going to separate from him after this was done, and now that everyone stopped talking about it and everyone's acting like it didn't happen, he's changed his tone. Once he realized it wasn't going to have an actual impact on his business financially, then he could stop caring. Or pretending like he cared. I'm making assumptions. I know that. But, again, I'm the kind of person that when the evidence points that direction, I've seen no other evidence, and no evidence otherwise. I've seen no evidence saying otherwise. Only evidence to the fact that that's who they are. And I have my own personal experiences that I will not and cannot share. But I will about Tyrone. I mean, that dude, every single time I met him, made a derogatory remark to the fact that his wife was Asian. Some, childish stereotype about his wife being Asian. And continued to say he couldn't be racist because he was Hispanic. And I only met him a handful of times. He did this shit in public discords, as you've seen published or you could see published on the internet. So we're gonna pretend like Edmund didn't know it existed. No, he was just complacent to it, or worse, appreciated it. He just wasn't as dumb as Tyrone to get caught. Why would someone marry someone that's racist with them? I mean, come on, man. Like, do you live on the planet Earth? It's a very common thing that someone in a relationship after marriage can become abusive, physically or verbally. It's not an unrealistic thing. It's incredibly fucking common. Millions of people are affected by it. Psycho breathing for the 67 months. No, I'm not trying to be abusive. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just think that statement is, like, incredibly naive. To pretend like you can't accidentally end up in an abusive relationship. And maybe you're just young, maybe you just don't have a lot of real world experience, but the reality is that shit can happen to you in romantic, in personal, in family relationships. Like, you never know when that shit's going to happen. And it's not always as easy as just get out. It's just to me, that's an incredibly frustrating statement. For an issue that is real in the world. Things are definitely not as simple as people like to think they are. I don't even get where the weird white privilege statements are coming from. We were talking about a Hispanic man being racist to his Asian wife. Yet white dudes need to flex their struggles. Fuck, dude. See what you mean? What the fuck does that? No, I don't see what you mean. You're trying to make a complaint out of nothing and then pretending you're the victim now, bro. That's what you're doing. Like, you just made a random complaint that had nothing to do with the fucking conversation. and that is obviously just asinine, and now you're pretending like you're somehow this targeted victim. No, you're making yourself a victim. It's wild. Like, there was not one reference to what you said. You just played the card. Like, I unless I'm completely missing chat, like, there was no reference to white people until you brought up the struggles of being white. And I'm not trying to just get everyone to pile on here, but like, it's hard to not be able to address comments like that because you know, I know you've been around a while, but yeah, like, I can't just turn a blind eye to people that want to start a conversation. It wasn't even a yeah, see, like, now the conversation's just completely become twisted. It wasn't even a conversation about... I hate that. I hate that so much. It's so frustrating. It was a conversation about how there's no place for racism or abuse. And then somehow it's about, well, let's define what we think racism is, guys, before we start pointing fingers. That's frustrating. Guppy's eye is great. You haven't seen my mullet yet? No, it's really bad. But you can see it. It's super trashy, which is good. Some reason she decided to shave the sides of my head, so it just looks fucking horrible. But that's perfect. She didn't know what a mullet was. It's just the fact of life. She knew the hair in the back was supposed to be long, but somehow she also mohawked it. I wasn't getting away from you. Well, maybe I could have pushed it with the brim. I keep forgetting new brim pushes. So I have to go out in public like that. I told her I wanted a mullet, and she got all excited. And then she cut this, and then was excited about it. And I just was honestly just in shock. And then, like, so she didn't. There's pictures on Twitter, but she didn't. Not only did she like shave the sides, but she didn't do anything to the back at all. She just left it. So like all up here was just big. Like it just, I had because she cut this really short, right? You know the way it should be. But then just left all of this on top of my head long. She didn't touch it at all, not even a trim. So I just looked like a woman out of the 50s with this big floof on the top of my head. I could feel it bouncing. And the manager was like, we just can't let him leave like that. We gotta try to at least balance it out a little bit. And that's what we ended up with. Tyrell, thank you for the 48 months. Like a beehive, yeah. I looked like I was straight out of Hairspray. That's what the manager kept saying. And I'm like, that's funny and all, but I definitely went in for a mullet. Yeah, the manager stepped in. But I kept complaining, not like in a mean way, because it's a joke hairstyle, right? So like I wasn't being a dick, but I kept saying like I can't wear my hair like this. It's super uncomfortable. And she's like, it's perfect. And I just kept getting shut down every time. I'd be like, no, this isn't gonna work. We need to. It's perfect. And then the manager stepped in, thank God. And then I still ended up having my mom like fuck with it a little bit more. She did the most work, I think, of anyone. What are these black bags? Is that something the black powder creates? It's an interesting buff to that. It's very bad. And hoodie season is like over during the day, so I have to just go out with this hair. I hope you're all happy about it. Well, there's no way the manager could save it once she shaved the sides down like that. She apologized. Like, there's no way to really fix it now. You can try to balance it a little bit, but I am not gonna make it to Delirium, so this is just gonna be a pray it happens, huh? Get a high and tight. I promised I'd rock the mullet for at least a period of time. And I'm a man of my word, except when I lie. That was a very nice small rocka. Have I ever worn just sideburns? No. My best friend has worn sideburns for as long as I can remember now, and it's been a point to make fun of them. So, no. I've been thinking about, we were talking about me doing, if I set another goal, doing like a mustache and sideburns, I think would really set this trashiness off. It'd really just scream. Never mind.
Tears up.
Never mind. You have side like full mutton chops? I mean, you do you, but it's just not a look I appreciate. Like Trevor from GTA? Yeah. What's Trevor from GTA look like? I have a really good mustache. I don't compliment myself often, but my mustache is probably my best feature. Trevor GTA. He has a mustache. He doesn't really have sideburns. It's a thick stash, man. I went hard at it with the scissors today because it was driving me crazy. I have found scissors to be a much better mustache tool. I'd always use clippers, but just recently got into the scissoring of the stash. Would recommend. I thought it would be painfully tedious, but it's not bad. Yeah, I have to trim it like every couple of days or it's in my mouth. It also gets stuck in like the top of my drinks, like pop cans. My vape. The bottom teeth of my dog. My dog will come up and lick my face, and my beard or mustache will get stuck between her teeth. She has this silly little gap in her bottom teeth. The mustache in a can lid in the pop tops is really painful. I canceled it. I'm an idiot. Why does it think the fight is over? Alright. It doesn't know what's happening. Neither do I. This fight just keeps ending. Yeah, it's a big panic over it. But there's nothing you can do once it's stuck. I've like let my drink dangle from my mustache before, just ah. I also hate, that's like the biggest reason I have a beard pretty consistently is because I don't like shaving my mustache. Like razor shaving a mustache is so unbearably painful. I can't be alone. I know that some people don't experience it quite the way I do, but for me it is agony. It doesn't matter. I've bought every fucking razor on the market. I'm kind of a sissy when it comes to pain, though, honestly. Electric razor? Yeah, but then you don't get the clean shave. I don't. Then I might just, yeah, I use a clipper on it all the time, but. Even Gillette, the most popular brand on the market? Yeah, even that one. It's just so thick. Same with my chin. So my chin's not as sensitive as my top lip, but even my chin, dude, like it's a thing to shave my chin. It's so thick. How long do I have? Plenty of time, huh? I already got it though. Will it go away now? Can I beat it? Maybe. Yeah, I usually use the electric clipper on the mustache, then shave it. But still, it's agony. Right up here by the nose. Oh my god, just I'd rather die. I'd rather laser my butthole. And that, no, I'm lying. I wouldn't. But they both suck really bad. Okay, speed demon. How far do you have to shave your neck? Like down my neck? My Adam's apple is buried in here. How do you know what lasering your butthole is like? There's only one answer. Like literally only one answer. I'm sassy lately. Can't help it. So it can't be this one. What the fuck is that? That's a big mushroom. It's got too many charges for me to gamble it. It's gonna make me massive, isn't it? I thought that was a stone. Fuck you. Don't spoil it for me, chat. We'll just use it and die, and it'll be glorious. Honestly, can that one be it or no? Can it go off to the right like that? I think that one can be it, right? I'm pretty sure that's a valid Delirium spawn. It can't be? Why not? Not if it went to the right. It has to go left? Why can't it go off to the right? You could definitely form a 2x2 to the right. It wouldn't touch any rooms to the right. You're drunk. It would be kitty corner. If this goes one more room, it can't be there. Now it can't be there. Now neither of these can be there. No, you were drunk. That definitely was room for 2x2 there. A boomerang. And eraser. No, this is not backpack run, I don't think. That was the last one. Why don't touch the chest? Does it break the game? All I care about is getting the achievement from killing Delirium, and then this run is over anyway. It can soft lock you. Oh, that's fine. I'd be done anyway. As long as it doesn't crash me. That one's probably fucked by 13 by 13 rules. But we haven't for sure determined that. Maybe it's fucked by 13 by 13 just left and right. I'm not going to count though. I'm just going to leave it for later. 9 high at the moment? Yeah, but what about right? Right, left? It's 12 wide, so that's probably it then. Yeah, if you beat it on hard, you don't have to play on normal, which is why we just do all our unlocks on hard. Are there even any normal unlocks anymore? Is that even a thing? Oh, this is the run with backpack. Who knew? Nah, this is a second backpack run. I got it again. Yeah, I got that backpack after Brimstone. Why'd my phone vibrate? Someone followed me on Twitter. I don't get why Twitter randomly notifies me of people. Not every follower. Not everything. It's just like, you want to know about this guy following you. That one could be it too. Or can it not go down? I feel like someone said it can't go down. Stop following me on Twitter. I think I'm getting money. It was just somebody on Twitter. Hannah. That's Hannah. We went over this. Is that who that is? I think it is. Now you can tip tweets. I think you have to enable it. There's a whole bunch of shit going around on that one with people disputing charges and shit. Also, where the fuck is this $20 PayPal dispute fee thing coming from? Because I don't ever get a 20... People dispute charges here all the time. And I don't ever get a $20 fee. But every time I hear people talking about PayPal, they talk about this dispute fee. Like, it was the big argument for why we pushed bits. It does tell the tipper the person's home address. Yeah, they've probably fixed that already. But, okay, so down is not a thing. Alright, we're getting strength first. And now we're this. This is our life. I'm incredibly... Where's my brimstone? It's gone. My brimstone is gone. Touch him. I can't because he doesn't exist. Oh, it's a temporary thing, huh? I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be that for... I didn't use it well, is what we've learned. I'm really not looking to lose health. Oh, I still have my blades. My anime blades I should probably use. Fucking A. God damn it, I wanted to be anime. Okay, I love those stomps. Okay, okay. We're having a time here. We're having an experience. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they are gonna rework Delirium. Waggle that finger. I usually don't. Yeah, so I'm set up as a business gold season. I think that must be it. But I think it's... I mean, I said it with bits. Like, most of the people bitching about refunds are just looking for an excuse to bitch. And it's also super profitable to complain. The woe is me thing, you know? Oh, some guy just refunded $5 and then someone gives 10, right? But like, we still have, like, for me it was less than 10%. It's still less than 10% of my annual tips are refunded. That's still better than like any business I've ever been a part of. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Subs and stuff. I love you. See you probably tomorrow.